Jason Sanders now to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. From his end zone, here comes Justice Hill. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Jackson, first play, going to throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson, throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Jackson. Buying time to his left. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. Finding room at midfield. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. 54 yards. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position. And that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
First carry for Raheem Mostert. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 22, Tua. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want it to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Here's Mostert. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. Again, it's Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Dolphins are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
Have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Again, Jackson will keep it. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. From the 39, Jackson. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
36 yards on the play.
Boy, they've definitely come out of the gate smoking here in the first quarter. Whatever they've tried to run has worked, and there's another example right there. Game plan is one thing, but how about his accuracy? It's been exceptional.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. One more time with Mostert. Then he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Dolphins lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. Fields it right around the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. They'll start with the option. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up, and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did, that time for a loss.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes us all the way down to the 37. And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. 1st down. I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Now they run the option on 2nd down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. He was having success there holding on to it on the option, but ultimately problems downfield, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and this is a tough one because you know you'd prefer to have your quarterback either heading to the sidelines or getting down at the end of the play. But you've got an aggressive one. He's fighting for extra yardage, and he gets stripped there. You don't need him to be a hero in that situation. You want your quarterback taking care of himself.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. On 2nd down, Mostert. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Now it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. They find some open field here. He's got the first down and more. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time on the catch and run. 31 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And that's going to be caught. It's James Prochet. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Oh, good move. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's Jackson. And it's caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Jackson's going to keep it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Ravens are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Tucker with the extra point, and they'll make our score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. Meanwhile, Tua's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On 2nd and very short, Tua. He'll swing this out to Mostert. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And the offense will call their third and final timeout. And we'll have time on the rise and timeouts from here forward. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Tua sets up to pass it. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And he's got room. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On play action, here's Tua. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tyus Bowser, his second sack of the night. And the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks in the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. And they could barely get a glove on it before he got the quarterback on the ground.
If we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. They'll start on the ground. Dobbins hit and he fumbles. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines? You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Tua. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mike Gesicki on the pass from Tua Tagovailoa. And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Sanders on for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it all concluded with a touchdown pass to the tight end, Mike Gesicki. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Takes it at the 7. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. This offense hoping to do better than last drive. Remember, they had the fumble that set up the short field, and then they gave up the touchdown CD.
And so many people talk about how you have to have a short memory after you make a mistake in the NFL. I don't totally subscribe to that, partner. I think that you have to remember what you did and figure out how to not do it again. Get out there and execute the next time out. Avoid those errors and get some momentum built back up for your offense.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Jackson now. That's into the hands of Prochet. 7 yards there and a first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go with the option. Coming right. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, the cheaters right there on the break, aren't they? You know that old expression, it's not my night. Been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode. Really try.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Tyus Bowser bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
49 yards rushing for him now, with the touchdown runs to boot. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins, and he'll be taken down right around the 27. Jerome Baker there on the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To throw is Jackson. Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. That one goes for 8 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jackson. And this goes out wide for Drake. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. It means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And once he got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses are focused so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right at midfield. A run with Mostert up the middle. Taken down at the 47-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. Second down, here's Mostert again. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Now Tua going to try and sneak it. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.